Tiny Games here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a tour of my Glade of Trust. I finally got the mushroom house that showed up in the premium shop. We did see that leaked quite a little while back. But yeah, I snapped that up and I've put it in my Glade, and I think it was the final touch I needed. So I'm very, very happy with my Glade. There's a couple of little areas that are kind of a little bit empty. I'm thinking of filling them with maybe some bushes or flowers or more trees. But I have kind of left a bit of room just in case we get any items in Scrooge's store that I feel I could use or things like that. They were just kind of empty spaces, but I've got the main design done. I think I've got the big builds in, so I'm really happy to show you this. Now, my plan is to show you this at night because I think that's when this area looks the best. A lot of my areas look better in kind of sunset times and things like that, but the Glade really works best in the night, I think, just because of the use of lighting that I've got. So I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's take a little walk around and I can show you how I've designed my Glade. So I really wanted to kind of go for a very fairycore vibe. So there's a lot of kind of like lights, colors, sort of mystical elements and everything. So this is the beginning bit. Now over to the right, you can see, actually, why don't we go over there? I've taken all the pillars that you get and placed them around this little pond in like a circle formation. I tried to put the ones like, for instance, the snow one towards the back, just because I don't kind of like how the ground is near them. Like, you've got the sand one here as well. So I've tried to keep the ones that blend in a bit better at the front, and then the other ones to the back. But I really like this. I think it's really, really pretty. I've done a lot of kind of like circle imagery in this forest, just to kind of represent the kind of fairy circles that you get. So I love this, and like I framed it with the Dreamlight trees as well, just so that you get that kind of sparkle in the air. So I love that mixed in with the like the fireflies that are glowing. I think is really, really cute. So that's kind of the aesthetic I've gone for. And I've also placed a lot of these willow trees just because I love the blue glow from them. I'm a little bit gutted that they have the snow at the bottom of the tree, which they've obviously got because this is meant to be a tree for the frozen biome. So you'll find that quite a few of these trees, I've tried to dot bushes around the bottom just to kind of try and make it not so noticeable. Now here we've got another kind of fairy circle type thing, but this time created with like flowers. So I've made a center one with the rose and then did the blue flowers round it, which I did to tie in with the trees. So I really do like this kind of circular shape. It just looks like a regular flower meadow, but when you go into the photo mode, if I can do it, because sometimes this doesn't work. When you look down, you can sort of really see that circular element to it. I might add an extra rose in here as well, just to try and fill in the gap a bit more. Maybe one there too. But yeah, it's kind of got that circular shape, which I really like. And again, I sort of used the bushes, although it's not a perfect circle, but just to kind of surround it. And then we've got the pink and blue lights to kind of match the red and blue colours of the flowers. So that's what I've done there. And if we come down this way, we're going to go to the right briefly. And here I've set up this little well. This well is such a cute item, but I kind of wanted to add that mystical element. So I did drop a potion down there. Left a couple of chairs and stuff like that, just so it seemed a bit more I don't want to say spooky because I don't think that's the right vibes, but just like magical or mystical. Now this section, this is meant to, obviously we've got Mother Gothel's house here. But my plan is to kind of like, this is to emulate how the tower is in Tangled. So if you have seen Tangled, you'll know that to get to the tower, you have to pass through these like this hanging ivy, this hanging leaf section, which covers this kind of like cave entrance. So that's what I decided to do with the vine wall. Originally, I had the vine wall to section off an area for Ursula, but I actually, after thinking about it, was like, this makes a lot more sense to surround Mother Gothel's house. So that's what I've done, is I've just put these up, and I've done like alternating layers for quite a few of them, just so that you've got that mix of textures on both sides. And then I've also included just an orange lamp here, just because I thought the orange lamp might be quite cool. But then I use these pink, they're meant to be like sea items and sea foliage, but I like how they glow. If we had more glowing items, like glowing mushrooms or anything like that, I would put them in there. And obviously, because this is Mother Gothel's house up there, I did want to put the mirror here and also a little cauldron just to kind of represent that witchy kind of vibes. And then you can see the mushroom house over there, but that's a sneak peek for a bit later. So that's Mother Gothel's house. You'll see that I have lined all the paths with loads of melted candles. The melted candles are one of my sort of favourite items in game. They always have been. But yeah, I just kind of wanted a lot of glowing and a lot of lights from this area. So you'll see here, this is my teleport station. Again, just surrounded in kind of like a circle. And then I've used the little aerial lamps actually to provide a bit of a glow, a bit of a light. Just that kind of soft blue glow. And then I've actually got a neon Mickey light at the back here, which looks a bit ridiculous when you look at it like that. But the idea was that I was hoping it would provide some sort of blue glow. But it doesn't work as well as the Little Mermaid lamp, so I might remove that. And then we come through here again, using these kind of like willow trees, these frozen ones, just because I think they look really pretty. And then we've got again a couple of the Dreamlight trees, which just look beautiful with all the sparkles coming off of them. And I put them in front of Merlin's house because obviously he's a wizard, and whilst Merlin may not be my most favourite character in game, or even in the Disney universe, I do love kind of celestial things, magical things, fairycore things. Like, that's all kind of my vibes. So naturally, like, I wanted Merlin's house to look pretty. I wanted this area to look beautiful. So that's what I've kind of done. But I've kind of tried to, again, by keeping it in my glade, the sort of fairycore area, I just think it works really nicely. What I did was I put Goofy's stall here. You can still access it if you want to buy stuff, but I don't think Goofy's stall looks like visually appealing unless it's kind of set up as an actual market stall. So I turned it on this side just to make it look like kind of like a flower shed. Then I used the little enchanted broom here because I just thought, I know Merlin isn't Yensid, but I think of like Fantasia and the Wizard and stuff like that, Sorcerer's Apprentice, so I thought it would be a good kind of like tie-in to that. And then we've got, this is a quest item from, oh my god, oh, it's Vanellope. I was like, who's talking? And it's just Vanellope there. But yeah, I thought this item is from Belle's quest, but it's like Atlantis technology and stuff. I just thought, again, it tied in with the magical vibes. So I set it up in Merlin's little station. He's got a couple of tables here. with some vials on it, potion vials, and like a mixing thing. So yeah, I just thought this would work well as like kind of Merlin's magic area. And then using these celestial items, this framing is actually an idea which I have taken from probably Senpai. I have simplified it down a lot, but he did do, in one of his areas, I think it's in his meadow, he's got a backdrop with like a row of like 10 of these pillars or something. And I really liked that idea, but I didn't want too many, so I kind of cut it down. We've only got the 6 here, whereas I think like I said, probably Senpai has like a continuous row of them. But yeah, I just thought it worked really well along with this celestial fireplace. It just kind of looks like a, like, I don't know, a magic place, either a magic place to kind of like worship at, or like maybe a magical cauldron, or just something like that. So I really like that. And then opposite it, I have tied in with the fairy godmother benches and this fountain, which is the prettiest fountain in game without a shadow of a doubt. I absolutely adore this. I do kind of want to fill this area up with like flowers or bushes. But I don't think we really have the bushes in game that I kind of want to use. I want to use like a very florally type bush. Like, if you know the figment topiary from the star path that we had, the park star path, like I'd love a smaller version of that without figment, but just like that kind of collection of flowers, which I know there's those ones you can craft, but they're not quite... I want something more bushy, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I need, is just some really florally bushes. These are a bit too much bush, not enough floral. Like, that must sound so weird. I'm so sorry. But yeah, like, that's kind of what I want. And then as we come into this part of the glade, this is meant to be like more of the overgrown, swampy kind of area. I might add in, like I said, there's quite a bit of like space around if we walk around here. I do like to have access to all my different rocks and things, so there are areas where I would want that. But I might fill up this area with some kind of like more bushes and trees just to make it look a bit more wild and overgrown. But I actually put the Fountain of Youth here because I like the way it looks. It's quite big. Again, it's got that kind of like circular vibe to it, so I thought it would work well in the kind of fairycore essence. And then I have got this little pathway which runs round on both sides. So you may have noticed in this bit, which I've decided is more of the kind of nature vibe, I haven't put down the rock rug like I did on this side, which I'm trying to treat as more of a like a built up area, even though there's a lot of nature involved. Like, obviously Merlin lives here and stuff like that, so I kind of wanted those paths to be a bit more kind of man-made, if that makes sense, whereas this is a bit more natural. I have got to clear up all of these twigs that fell down. I do apologise for that. But yeah, and I just thought it worked well. Like the stone, the mossy stone, I think it works well in this biome. So I just thought it kind of added that kind of like mystical element to here. And then obviously you got the pond in front of it. This is a pond that I've yet to decorate. As you can see, I filled a lot of the lily pads in here because, again, I like the glow. I just accidentally forgot about this pond. I forgot it. I'm sorry. And then we come through here, and this is where I have put the mushroom house, which I think is absolutely adorable. It's so beautiful. I'm telling you, Cozy with Jazz manifested this. She tweeted Disney and she was like, we need a mushroom house. And the picture that she showed looks pretty identical to what this is. Like, the picture she suggested as an inspiration for a mushroom house is like It's uncanny. Disney definitely took note. They took note. But yeah, I absolutely adore this house. I think it's beautiful. And again, I kind of wanted to add that mystery element. Now, if you've seen the house, you'll notice that the ground is very kind of like a lush green, which doesn't match in with the Glade, which is a darker kind of browny green. So what I did was I actually took the beach grass, because some of the beach grass you can intertwine objects with. And so I placed a lot of that around to kind of look like this mushroom house is spewing out this energy, this magic that is bringing life to this area. So I've used the lights, the tulip lamps, to look like little flowers. Again, using these pink like sea items, like the anemones and the corally reefs and stuff like that, just to add a bit of color and light in. And I actually used the bioluminescent palms. I wouldn't usually use them here because obviously they're more of a like beach item, but I like the glow. Again, it's that kind of mystical, magical glow. If we had like mushroom lights like they have in Animal Crossing, they would be like perfect, like chef's kiss. And then I've used the kind of like the little pumpkin vine lamp thing as well, just to tie in with that. And we do also have this little bench here just because I think it's a nice little area to sit. Like, I imagine the kind of like the witchy fairy that lives in this cottage could sit out here. You know, we've still got Mother Gothel's swampy house, but then we've just got kind of this like pretty little patch of nature, of life. So yeah, I just thought I would kind of include that here. And I do really, really like it. It's definitely, I love it. I think it's very magical. And then we move on to this part of my glade, which is kind of like, I guess, a purple vibe area. This does lead up to Ursula's house, so that's why I kind of wanted to introduce the purple colours. So you'll see I've got a couple of the purple furs dotted closer to the mushroom house, just to kind of make that transition. But we've got, again, this kind of like semicircle shape where I've used the sakura trees, which I think look absolutely beautiful. I love the motion of the petals falling. So I had to use them along with this like little tangled blanket, just so you can kind of sort of imagine this cute little picnic area in this mystical and magical place. So I do really like that. And then we have this kind of like almost secret area. So I put down a mix of a couple of stepping stones. And then to the right, we've got the Well of Souls and Scar's little cooking thing, which I just think, again, kind of add that magical element to it, but with a bit of a evil note, I guess you could say. Ursula's house is here as well, next to the kind of the water and the Atlantis rocks. And then I imagine this is like her little potion making area, the place she would sit to make all her deals and stuff like that. So we have got a couple of potions laid out. There was supposed to be a red one, but I accidentally used that on my fishing rod, and I was a bit upset about that, so I didn't bother making another potion to go with that. But I kind of, like I said, just really love this area. I think it's really cute, and like I said, a nice little setup for Ursula to do her spells, to make her deals and stuff like that. And it's just kind of like surrounded by these purple trees, which I think looks really pretty as well. Purple's not my favorite color at all. I am not a purple girly. I am very much a blue girl. Like, blue is my color. So yeah, but I just think it kind of works a little bit, so it works with Ursula anyway. And then this is kind of like the back view to those pillars, which again, I just think looks really, really pretty. I love the kind of circular shape. I love the different colors in this. So yeah, I think this is really, really pretty. And then the path leads round back to the beginning. So as I said, you can see I've still got some spaces empty. Like I've got a little bit of room here, and stuff like that, which I can fill with a bit more greenery and stuff. But overall, I'm really, really happy with this. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I was really nervous at first making a fairycore area because, like, I wanted to do it justice. I wanted to do it well, and I don't think we've really got enough items in game for that. But I think I've done a good job with what we have. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think? What was your favorite area of this build? I hope you really, really enjoyed it. Please don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!